Okay. Hi everyone. Thank you for joining our seminar online. So I don't wanna to waste time. So I will introduce my team, which is Muhammad and Aiman, Elder Pero, Jason bin Kusin, Muhammad Sami bin Suhaimi, Jason bin Kusin, Muhammad Sami bin Suhaimi, Nail M. Siberi, dan Rafula. So this is outline of topic, which is what the background of work activity lifting construction, analyze of any event, risk assessment, method, preventive measure, any other related information. So I will pass to Sami to present about this. Sami?
Thank you, Anik. So I will to conduct about I sorry. Assalamualaikum and good night to all participants. Today I want to present about the background of lifting activity. Before that, let's get to know about the meaning of lifting. Lifting is a job activity that including raising, lowering, or transporting goods from one location to another. This lifting is often used in a variety of industry, particularly construction, where it is necessary to transfer building material, install and assemble building structure. Before any lifting activity, project management and engineer conduct throughout pre-planning. This including selecting a suitable project site with strong soil to support the weight and pressure of load. And also, they're including the identification of object requirement such as weight and dimension, and also selection of appropriate equipment and competent worker. Once planning is complete, the preparation are met, including checking and preparing equipment and also lifting machine like crane, hoist, and sling. Each piece of equipment undergoes thorough inspection to prevent damage during lifting activity. Safety features are installed, including personal protective equipment for worker and also safety barrier at construction site. With preparation in place, operators are assigned to operate equipment like cranes. During the lifting activity, operator communicate with lifting teams to regulate crane speed, arrange load appropriately, and ensure clear understanding for load positioning. Besides that, the supervisor monitor operator to prevent any unsafe action during operation. After lifting activity are complete, a competent party conduct final check on all equipment used. If the construction project is finished, all equipment and machinery are removed from the site after inspection. And then any inspection or incident record must be documented by manager and also safety officer for the future reference in case of accident. That's all for me. I pass to Eldo for the analysis of any accident.
Okay. Thank you, Shami, for explaining about the background of the lifting. So I will explain my part, which is analysis of any event. But first of all, I would like to show you guys the video, which is crane collapse in Seattle. Anik, can you show them? As you can see, this was recorded in a footage camera in car. You can see the crane was slowly to collapse, and then the crane hit three cars, which caused 4 people killed in this incident. It's really tragic. full. Okay. So back to my part. So analysis of any event. The title for this event was accident crane collapse during construction project in which occurred in Seattle, America. Which also happened on 27 April 2019. There's something like 2 years ago, 4 years ago. So the factors which lead this incident happening, which is because the crane lift heavy materials which overload lah, and these factors cause fatalities and injuries, and which involve 4 people killed. One of the victims was Stephanie Wong, which was the freshman at Seattle University. She was really young, and we really sympathize her past, but we need to be careful next time. So, why does
Ryan,
this
please on off mic you.
collapse happen? It is because of equipment maintenance and inspection, lack of inspection. For this equipment, maybe the crane collapse electrification was not in a good condition. So which means maybe the crane system was malfunction, which caused it to collapse. And during the construction, there is no proper inspection. Next, which is training, lack of training of employee and supervision of workers. It's also the same as inspection, which there's no supervised site safety supervisor during the collapse crane. Third, which is crane stability and load capacity, which like I said just now, the crane lift overload materials, which cause the crane to collapse during construction project. So last but not least, the workers fail to follow the safe work procedure, like manufacturer instructions. So any employer or employees should follow the safe work procedure so that can avoid upcoming accidents. Thank you for that's it for my part. I will pass so then for the next seminar presenter, Raf.
Okay. Thank you, Eldo, for explaining the analysis. So now we're gonna move on to the next slide, which is risk assessment method. So this is according to my perspective that I've made, that I've observed through any accident that occurs involved in lifting. So the first one is gonna be electrocution. Electrocution will occur due to poor maintenance. It could be due to lack of skills or lack of knowledge by the employees when they do the maintenance on the lifting crane, and this would lead to malfunction. Therefore, would lead to electrocutions. So the second one is struck by accident. This mainly pointed to the crane operator, and this is due to poor visibility. As a crane operator, there's not enough visibility due to the surrounding being blocked by the crane itself, and there's no supervisions on the sides to ensure that the areas are clear. And another thing is could be the crane operator could be not certified, not undergoing training, or maybe their certification has expired. That could be the possibilities of the struck accident, because they lack of knowledge and they forget how to handle the situation. And the third one is falling loads. Falling loads are commonly occurs in construction, especially. It's due to sleeping, insecure loads properly. Falling object could possibly one of the main reasons also, and it is not how to say not a surprise that an object would be fall from high place from the crane itself from like for example, like let's say the part of the crane like bolt or any part of the crane like the hook could possibly be the reason why the falling object would occur and struck on the any nearby employees that walk by the area. And another one is crane overload. Crane overload is common also in construction, especially employees when they try to shorten their working hours by carrying heavy load at once. And it is understandable, however, it is dangerous for us and for the surrounding area. Okay, moving on to the next, I'll be explaining the control measure. So this is a few control measure that I found for electrocutions, administrative control, and engineering control. For administrative, I recommend training program by educating and practical. By giving education, they get to understand what is the cause and what would happen if accident occur. And practical is giving their visual exercise. And for engineering control, emergency instant shutdown systems. Let's say a person been shocked by electric and there's a button to instantly shut down. So at least it would rescue any victim, any victim that involved in malfunction or maintenance. Second one is crane overload, administrative. Two, administrative. First is aware self-load capacity by measuring the capacity of the load of the lifting crane loads, their limitations on lift the load. And the second one is obey given regulations. For example, like I have a list is lifting operations and lifting equipment regulation 1990s. They have to obey the law given. And the third one is falling object, sorry, falling loads. I suggest two, PPE and administrative. For PPE, they have to use appropriate gear. For example, hardened helmet. Let's say any bolt or like I said just now, any bolt or any hook fall, at least it possibly could save their life, even though they may be injured, but could save their life. And the second one is administrative control. Display a relatable signage. For example, no entry, only involve personnel entry into the area, which could avoid from fatality or severe injury. And the last but not least is lack of competencies supervisions. I suggest two type of administrative control. First is train and supervise, train and hire supervisor within the crew member. It doesn't have to be outside supervisor. You can train the crew if the crew willing to learn and willing to comprehend the knowledge so that they can at least save their time and the company's money by using only the crew member to be as a supervisor. And the second one is safety protocol. Safety protocol is very important because before and during and after, safety protocols should be how to say should be sound all the time so that it would remind them what is wrong and what is right during walking. Okay, that is all from me. So I'm gonna pass the next presenter, which is Neil.
Okay, I will continue the significant hazard part. So the first one is the weather condition, which is unfavorable meteorological conditions such as the strong gust, which is the strong wind, lightning, or persistent rain can jeopardize the stability and security of cranes operations and raising the possibility for it to malfunction or mishaps. So for the control, to control that I suggest is when there is a bad weather, the employee or employer have to keep on watch on the weather forecast so they can halt the crane operation, which means they can like pause the operation for a while after the weather have been stable. And the next one is lack of communication. The danger of accident can be increased by miscommunication between the crane operator and ground staff. This can result in misunderstanding or mistake during lifting operation. So like the control is administrative control, which is establish consistent procedure for communication between ground staff, which is the signalman or any supervisor, and the crane operators. And last but not least is the swinging loads. This is when the crane suddenly swings or lacks sufficient load management. It might swing uncontrollably, hitting adjacent people, objects, or structures. For this one is the control is elimination, which is replace the rigging equipment or the tools within the cranes in case any malfunction or rust is happen to the crane. Next, I will pass to the next presenter.
Thank you, Neil. So I will present about this preventive measure. So first is providing first aid training to employers. It aims to create employees to act more effectively when in an emergency or emergency situation by sending employees to first aid training class. They gain the fire extinguisher CPR or cardiopulmonary resuscitation or more. Second is install various area in areas identified as high risk. So it is intended so that worker are not involved in dangerous area when lifting operation are carried out to reduce the risk of many injury and deaths. Next is no lifting work near to power line. So it is intended to prevent lifting operations such as crane from being hit by electric source that have the potential for electric shock to machine operator or worker in the environment. So it also can cause electrical disturbance to use in the surrounding area. Four is installation of safety latch. So as you can see, this safety latch. This is aim to improve safety when carrying out operation using heavy lifting machine, which is a crane, and prevent the lifted load from falling from a height to height and causing accident with the load falling from a height. Lastly, is PMA is valid and the crane driver must competence. So it aims to ensure whether the use of heavy machinery such as crane is safe and can be used for operation, and the operator also has recognition that is capable of operating the machine operator so that he can avoid the cause of lifting operation accidents. So next is any other related information. This is my question.
Okay, hello guys. Right now I will be present about the others related information about the lifting operation. Okay, hello guys. I would like to share to all of you guys some information about the PMA. PMA we call in Malaysia is perakuan mesin angkat, which is all type of machine or equipment used to lift an object. For example, a crane or lift. This machine must have a PMA certificate, which will be approved by DOSH. PMA is aimed to ensure that the lifting machine is safe to use and according to the capacity or durability of the lifting machine. And this PMA was introduced by the Act 139, Factory and Machinery Act 1967, and was amendment on 2006, Section 3E. As you guys can see, that is the example of the PMA form. Okay. Apart from that, I would like also to share to you guys a little bit about the crane information form. This form will be used to inspect the crane on MON by the crane operator or safety officer to ensure that all the components of the crane are safe to use and can guarantee the safety of the workers. As you can see in this slide, that is the example of the crane information form. Okay, guys, that's it for me. I will pass the conclusion to the next presenter. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, JC, for explaining what are the law, machinery, and factors and machinery act. We have to sum it up for the conclusion. In conclusion, we know that lifting plays a vital role in the construction industry. So, by prioritizing the safety, each operation we need to ensure safety is number one, so that we can avoid or prevent accident happen. Like just now, I show you in the analysis of event the crane collapse. To prevent accident, like I said just now, safety first, and we need to have proper inspection and training for the employers, so that they know how to manage safe work procedure. So for the other matter, which is in construction industry, we need to have a solid certification, so that if this, for example, if this person want to use this crane for lifting loads, they need to have certification, so that we know this person is competent in using the crane. So yes, maybe this person have certification, but without supervisor, also problem will come to us last. So overall, we can elevate not just load, but also the overall success and sustainability of construction projects. Last but not least, safety first. Efficiency in planning systematically, so that we know what first, second is what, third is what, last is what, so that we can improvise continuously. And also lastly, we need to build a sustainable future, so that a younger generation in construction industry know how to evaluate and execute a safe procedure in construction industry, not only lifting, also in excavation, working at height, and all that involved with construction industry. So that's it from us. Thank you for joining our seminar online. Thank you for your participation. Thank you.